As EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford.
Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the New York Jets.
Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. McCole Hardman. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Jets. So a heck of a start to this, and we haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team to just score their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Ready.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Stafford. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
A gain of 3, second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Stafford to his number 1 guy, Cup, for a Los Angeles first. 32. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Throwing is Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets through an opening, and there he goes.
He may go. Now he's free at the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 68 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun, here's Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars, and this ball was overthrown.
Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on fourth down. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Down the right sideline. He may go. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 70 yards. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Rodgers to throw on second down.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he's got a man, Corey Davis.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 5. On second down, a run with Hall.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
John Johnson with the INT. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Throwing quickly out wide, Atwell.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 50, it's Stafford.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, We saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down. Throwing is Rodgers. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. So third down, and defensively the Rams have added 2 extra DBs.
Rodgers changing the play, it appears. On third down, here's Hall. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Rodgers.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right of the yard. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. That's complete to Lazard. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 35. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Rodgers now on first down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On second down, here's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here.
Here's second and 10.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
Finding Hardman here over the middle.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Atwell now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. To throw is Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. 40 got. Now it's Stafford. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Stafford. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really...
Touchdown, Rams! Tutu Atwell. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have got it back to within a score. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones.
And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Able to find Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That third down conversion good for 23.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Meanwhile, Rodgers throw into the hands here of Hardman.
11 more on that one and another first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tyler Conklin, 47 yards.
And the Jets answered back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on fourth down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Straight ahead is Hall. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This offense so far on third down, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson from 13 yards out. And the Jets get an important score there to extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Time becoming a factor, down 2 scores, though they have 2 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here we go. This is 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Rodgers throwing here. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by one of the goes Jones. And the Ramsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Hey, 22!
They snap it to Stafford. And that one complete downfield to come. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Short throw, it's Higbee. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Eluding the pressure right. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now it's Stafford. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Stafford now to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
One last throw here for Stafford. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over.